Hello everyone, so there's going to be a little bit of a shorter tutorial this week just because we've had a few long ones the past 3 weeks for more. I'm going to show you how I went about creating some of the overlays that will be in my new collab diamonds, and let's just get right into it. So this is all going to be done in my overlay composition settings, so if you want to copy them, feel free to. They're great quality and not too big of a file size if you keep them under 3 seconds, but yeah. We'll name this square 1. So this method is, I'll just call it line art, I guess. We're going to be warping lines and stuff and making them animate to kind of float on our screen. So I'm going to go ahead and add a solid. We'll make this almost completely black. I don't want it to be completely black, but around here is great. Then we're going to get our pen tool, and we're going to create our first line. Hold down Shift to make a straight line. There we go. For the stroke, you can kind of make it whatever you want. I'm going to stay at 11, because that's working for me. Then we're going to go to the repeater. We're going to add a repeater to the shape layer and make a few copies. Then we're going to go into the transform properties right here, and we're going to make the position go down. And for this, I actually want to animate the position down. I feel like it will make a cool little animation. And for the sake of this, I'm going to move this up just so we get like 1/2 of a triangle, I guess, and the other half is just a blank black area. Okay, not smooth at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to F9 these keyframes, and we're going to go into our graph editor, and we're going to separate the dimensions. That's what I forgot to do. Oh, you can't. You can't with these layers, so that's what we'll have to do the speed graph instead, which is fine. We'll bring this in, bring that, bring that right there. So now it should be a lot smoother. Cool. So now we can add more things to it if you want. A trim pass could be cool. You could just make different shapes with this, but I'm going to just leave this one as it is. And then I'm going to show you another method we can do. So we're going to create a line again, add a repeater, add a few copies, and we're going to, not scale. For the position, we're going to put it to 0 on the x-axis, and we're going to expand it on the y-axis. If it'll let me. Okay, we're going to go into the position settings for the whole layer, and we're just going to move this up. Okay. Now what we want to do, we want to do a scaling or a position animation for it going up or down. You can make your choice on where you want it to go. Something like that. I mean, something like this alone could just add a little bit of detail if you want to have something like this float around your screen, but I want some more depth to it. So I'm going to add mesh warp to it. We'll do 2, 2. Might need a little bit more. Maybe 3. Okay. Click on the mesh warp layer. And let's try to find an edge. Maybe I'll have to do 4, 4. There we go. So click on an edge. It's kind of hard to see with all the lines, but just bear with me. Just get it so you can kind of warp, so it kind of gets like a circle around here. Just edit the different sides. Sometimes you will click off of the effect, so you have to re-click on it. So that's a tip. So you already get something kind of funky like that. I think it needs a little... Oh. Where is that line? It's hard to see these lines because we're trying to put the effect on a bunch of lines, so... There we go. Alright, and I don't want it to just be a static animation, so let's see if we can spice up the animation. We will have to use the speed graph because we can't separate the dimensions to use the value graph, so we won't even try. Let's see what this does. If it'll load. Okay. Let me just make it a little bit faster in the beginning. But yeah, stuff like that. Let's see. I think I want the quality to go a little bit higher. Or maybe lower? Yeah, lower looks better. So yeah, just like playing with different effects and stuff can make these overlays very easily. The biggest concept for it, I guess, is the lines. And there is a way to add like a zigzag or a wiggle pass to this. I might add them both. So you get a little bit of wiggle and a little bit of zag. Here. This is just repeating the steps we've done already. So you can get layers like that. It's pretty simple. It just adds a little more detail to your projects, or to your squares that you like to have flying around if you do that in your videos. If not, I highly recommend putting some in there. It would fit more of an urban style, so just keep that in mind. But next week I should have some tutorials out on my new collab that I'm very excited for you guys to see. It's been like a year in the making, so stay tuned for that. And if you have any requests, please leave them in my Discord and I will see what I can do. Thank you guys.